been experimenting with weather.
Hey, what's up, Eric? Good to see you, Mike Bird. How you doing, guys? Welcome back to Hangar 51. I've got my invisible stealth airplane on the table here. No, I didn't get it together already. This is the one from Motion RC. I'm going to do a size comparison as soon as a few more people get in here, because you just aren't going to believe how big the one I got is. So, yeah. So JCB, what's up? How you doing, man? So yeah, there's a huge difference. So, and unfortunately, this one's green, so it's invisible, because of my green screen. So, but you can see it. Mainly, what you want to look at is this boom right here, and to here. This area here is what we're going to look at. We're going to do a size comparison. David, what's up? Good to see you, man. So tell me what happened with your Super Tucano, please, because that is the greatest flying airplane yet. Absolutely, I love that airplane. What the hell happened to yours? Yeah, wait. You haven't seen it yet, Mike. Wait till you see it. We're going to do a little size comparison here in a second, because you're just not going to believe how big this thing is. The new one. It was kind of like, I don't know if you guys watched Bobby's show when he showed off the dancing wing, the plug and play 1800 millimeter biplane. The PT-17 or PT-18, yeah, the 18, the Sturman, and then I told him to do a size comparison to the Storch, because you guys just don't understand how big this thing is. So same thing here, you guys just don't understand how big this new airplane is. So you guys all pretty much know how big this one is, the one from Motion. So I'm going to show you just how much bigger this one is. Because it's stupid bigger. So I'm assuming David's typing me a letter here. That's okay, David. Take your time. But I really got to know what the hell happened, because I cried when I saw the video that Kenny Rogers was putting it back together because you crashed it. I'm like, what? How the hell did you crash that? Oh, okay. So somebody was hovering over the flight line, and you came through, and you had to. Okay, I did that too myself. At my field, I was head on with the owner of the field with my HSD 182, the big one, and so I thought we were going to hit right in the middle of the runway, because we were both coming in doing a pass across the runway from opposite directions. So I went low to go under them, and I plowed mine into the runway. So been there, done that. For the same reason, trying to avoid another, because I didn't want to hit Bo's plane, because he kind of owns the place, and and I don't want to get thrown out. So yeah, so I took a dirt dive to make sure I didn't lose my ability to come to the flying field. So I totally understand what happened. So yeah, that sucks, buddy. I'm sorry that happened, but yeah. But yeah, it happens. Yeah, I agree. I mean, sometimes, listen, and it doesn't matter if it's a pilot error, if it's a radio failure, a part failure. A loss of an airplane's a loss of an airplane, and it just breaks my heart when I lose one of my own because I can't afford to replace it. What's up, Don? How you doing? Who else just came in? Well, Bill, what's going on? Good to see you guys. Yeah, so any kind of loss is absolutely devastating to me. I didn't buy this airplane. The long story short, my ex-wife lent me the money for it because of the deal, and I wanted to get it now while the deal was still on. And we'll get into that on another night because I don't really want to talk about that. But anyway, so it wasn't my money. She lent me the money until I get my money back on the lawsuit or from Barbara or both or whatever. But, eventually money's coming my way. So anyway, so she was a good sport and lent me the money. And so, all right, so let me show you how much bigger that plane is to this one. We're just going to compare this tail section from here. Hang on one second. Yeah, from here to here. This whole tail here is what I'm going to show you. Okay, so this is this is how much bigger. Let me see if I can get this in the picture here. I can't really get it in the. I guess I have to put. So it. I guess this way. Yeah, that's about as good. So you can see I'm all the way past the wing up here, and it's like 3 times taller and bigger, and I think the rudder is the same size as the entire vertical. Just the rudder is about the same size as the entire vertical. So yeah, that's how much bigger this airplane is. If I put this where this is, okay, the tail's not even in the picture. It's that far off the screen. So if I put it up here in front of where the wing will be, you can start to see it in the picture, and then I'll move it a little. Yeah, so it's just gigantic compared to the motion one. So yeah, it's a big airplane, very, very big. I think the overall length is going to be more than 6 feet because the box was 5 foot. That is 4 foot, just that tail note, and then the nose from here forward has got to be at least 2 more feet, easy. So yeah, the plane's at least 6 foot long, nose to tail, easy. So yeah, it's big, it's gigantic. So let me see here. Let me back up. I missed some of the chat here. So what is the option of the new HS release? The new Horizon release? Hey, I took a look at that. Not a bad looking airplane, actually. I don't think. I'm probably not going to buy it. Price-wise, I don't think it's not horrible, but I just I just think there's better bang for your buck. I think that little jet from Banana Hobbies that's $199 that comes with all aluminum trailing arm retracts, lights, flaps, 6S, flies for 9 minutes on a $34 battery is a way bigger bang for the buck than what is it, $249 I think it was for the 4-channel sport plane, kind of a 3D looking plane. Not horrible, I don't think they priced because the 1300 size one is $400, which is way crazy. And I like that plane because I have the exact scheme, that paint scheme on my giant extra 330 that I bought at the field, and it is the fuselage on that's 8 foot. It's 8 foot fuselage because it just barely fits in the back of my wagon, I mean, just within like an eighth of an inch, it makes it, and that's an 8-foot bed, and so I know it's an 8-foot long fuselage. Smoky Mountain, what's up? How you doing, man? Welcome to the show. Yeah, Eric. Yeah, it comes with it came with everything: the motor boxes, the nacelles. The only thing I further inspection, and honestly, I haven't looked at the instructions yet, but it looks like I'm going to have to supply the wiring harness for everything. From the servos to maybe not directly to the receiver on some of them. Not sure yet. But yeah, it looks like I'm going to have to come up with harnesses to plug everything in. And I've watched a couple of videos on guys and what they used. And there's a couple of options. Jackson Aviation, what's up? How you doing, man? So yeah, I'll have to check into that. But I think I've got everything else. Props. I need props and spinners. And I think I need wiring harnesses. That's it. I mean, and depending on what I decide to go with on harnesses, there's a lot of choices out there. And I might just go with standard extensions, or they make a big harness that's quick connect. But I probably use the FMS quick connect for that. That's pretty cheap. So I haven't decided that yet. That'll be one of the last things I do is figure that out. So Mike Bird, you like it because it's got Metal Gear servos and it's 3 or 4S. Well, and good point. That's not, like I said, it wasn't terrible. I think they want $249 for it, and that's not a horrible price. So, I would consider it. I may wait and see if they put it on sale for Black Friday or something. We'll see. If sales don't take off, maybe they'll want to boost sales. I don't know. We'll see. I haven't ruled it out. It's definitely not a no. Okay, it's a maybe. Definitely not a no. The $400 one's a no, even though it's the bright color scheme. I love the color scheme. It's on my big plane. I'm not paying $400 for that plane. It's the exact same. It's the exact same plane that FMS sold. The 300 that they sold, and it's the same as the Arrows. Extra. It's the same frame again. It's the same exact airframe over and over again with a new paint scheme, and I don't think it's worth $400. So not going to pull the trigger on that one. But the $249, maybe. Hey, David yourself, what's up? Good to see you, man. So let's see. I've got a bunch of things going on. So all right. So I'm going to show you. A bunch of guys just jumped in here. So let me show you. This is on the table. If you didn't see the video, I bought the giant Hangar 9 OV-10 because they're running a deal on it right now, where you get everything. You get the plane with the electric retracts, wheels, and all that, plus you get the electric motors, you get the ESCs. I think they're 100 amp ESCs, smart ESCs for you Spectrum guys, and 10 high torque, all Metal Gear servos, all incorporated in one big package. And it was $2,100, but because I'm an elite member, I got it for $1,455. So I saved, over $600, and then I saved another $100 off because I took the points. I used my points. I got $110 more off the 30% off. I got $110 off using my points, and then as soon as I bought that, I got 38,000 points back in my bin to use to renew my elite, because my elite membership ends today. So I renewed that for $34. It only cost me $34 for the $130 elite renewal, because I used the points from buying that plane So if you're not an elite member, guys, and you haven't watched my video, you really have to do it. So here's the size difference. Okay, this is what it, this is how much bigger. This is the Motion RC OV-10 on the table, and this is the new one. And this is this is how much bigger. You know, I mean, the nacelle lined up here puts this off the table. So, you know, you're just, you know, it's not even, you know, it's a crazy much bigger than this. I'm sure this piece here is about 4 foot from tip here to there is 4 feet, and then the nacelle or the front thing is 3 feet long, but there's a foot of overhang into this, I think. So yeah, this is at least a 6 foot long nose to tail airplane. You know, the length of the plane, it's longer than it is wingspan. The wingspan's shorter than the length. It's a lot longer than it is wingspan, but it's huge. So yeah, you can see the difference just in the tail itself. How much bigger it is. I'm trying to get my video synced. I think I'm close now. So yeah, so I thought I'd put this on the table, and if you hadn't seen the video, go watch it. But yeah, this is how much bigger this thing is to the. Here, let me put it under here for a minute and show you. You know, the tail here is just enormous compared to this little thing here. So yeah. So Kenny Rogers, what's up? How you doing, man? So yeah, so that's the difference in size of this one I got from Hangar 9. It's all wood. It's super well made. It's got pushrod tubes for the. It looks to me like, for sure, the rudder. The rudder is on a long pushrod. And I didn't see that hardware in the box, but it probably is in there. So there's a long push rod for the rudders, and then there's going to be I think the elevator servo is mounted in the horizontal, and then you have to run electrical leads. Yeah, actually I saw somebody said that, and he ran one down each boom in case he lost elevator control on one side from whatever, he would still have it from the other side. So he doubled up on the feed for the elevator to make sure if one of the booms, something happened inside the boom, or maybe even a midair, and you lost the side that had the power in it, he has a redundancy on the other one. So I didn't think that was a bad idea. That was all right. Not a bad idea. Jeff in Lower Alabama, what's up? How you doing, man? Good to see you guys, man. Look at we got almost a record crowd in here tonight, guys. Thank you so much. 38 in here. That's fantastic. Don't forget to hit the like too while you're at it, please. It definitely helps. I'll tell you what it helps is, if you guys don't really understand why, when you click on when you first open YouTube and you get that variety of videos to watch, it just randomly puts stuff up there. That's where the likes gets me there. The more likes I get, the more I get on that initial warm-up page when you first log in, and on everybody's page. And that's what the likes help with. That's how I get more views, because it's right in somebody's face that they wouldn't normally find it, and then if they like it, it's repetitive. It keeps going as long as people keep liking it. So that's what the likes do to help you. So spike the like, as Jeff would say. So thank you guys, appreciate it. So but yeah, so that's why I jumped on that. And then I've been doing some 3D printing because, listen, the whole reason I bought a 3D printer 6 years ago, 7 years ago, something like that. It's been, I think it was 18. I bought the 3D printer, 2018, and I bought it to print airplanes. Mike SSI, what's up? Good to see you, buddy. So I bought the printer to print airplanes because there's a company called 3D Labs that makes airplanes, and the F-86 was the one I was really looking at maybe getting or doing, and I still am. So I've been doing some. I finally got my printer back out. It had broken, and I had fixed it. And for you guys that have an Ender 3 printer, you know where your filament feeds into the little geared wheel and the roller. Okay, that spring-loaded piece there's plastic, and it's going to break. If yours hasn't broke yet, it's gonna. So, Fred, what's up? So if by any chance yours hasn't broke yet, order one, okay, and get it in stock so you don't, I've made one. I took a piece of angle aluminum and made a replacement one. I did all the measurements and drilled holes the exact size and copied it exactly, but now mine's aluminum, so it's never going to break again. So, and it's working perfect. That worked fine. The other problem I had, I fixed that a couple years ago, but now I had another problem. It wasn't feeding again, and I couldn't figure out why, and it is the spring that is pushing the wheels together. It's a compression spring, and it had gotten weak. It wasn't pushing hard enough, so it wasn't biting to the filament and feeding it. So I had to make the spring longer to make it stronger. So I took it off and I made it stronger, and then it went ping, and I don't know where it went. It disappeared. I didn't hear it land anywhere. It's silent, gone. I don't know where the hell it went. So it'll show up one day. But so I went to Home Depot, and they have for package of I think it was $5.89. There are 84 springs in this package for $5.89, and every kind of spring. There's compression springs. There's stretch springs, all different size wire, different lengths, different diameters, everything. I mean, just a real great assortment of springs, all the way down to springs like you would use in a ballpoint pen, up to one that would just about close your screen door. Not quite that big, but pretty good size. And there was one in there that was almost identical to the one that was in the printer. I mean, it was almost identical. It needed stretching. It looked like the same diameter. It fit right in the same spot with the little nub that holds it in place. And everything was perfect. So I thought, well, what the hell? So I took that and I stretched it out, and then I snapped it into place in the printer, and now the printer's working fine. So I've been doing some prints, and I'm doing these vases again. And so there's two different materials here, and I don't know if you're going to be able to see the difference on camera. I guess, yeah, this one kind of looks this one here is a little yellower. They're both glow-in-the-dark filament. This is PLA, and this is ABS. And they both, if you light them up and then turn the lights off, they both glow green. And they glow really well. They're really cool. The difference is, and I'm trying to figure out temperature, speed, thickness, all that for printing the airplane. And the PLA, and I also printed them in that what is it, PEAG or something like that. So that's super porous, the PEAG, and so is this is the PLA, and this has got, you can't see it on camera. It looks fine. But if you get it in really close, you can see where the fibers are not tight in some spots. Usually it's right in this area here. Okay? It's perfect down here, looks good here, looks good all up here. But it's right here in this area that it's got voids. I mean, it won't hold water. If I put water, this is going to leak all over. It's just going to, leak. But the ABS is solid. There's no fiber separation. I'm certain this would hold water if I could print the whole thing in ABS. So the second problem I'm having with at least the vase is the ABS bottom. It's pretty thick. They make it's 20. I think it's 20 passes to make the bottom. And the ABS won't stay on the plate. I've tried gluing it on the plate with contact cement, and apparently it seems to me that I think it's shrinking. I think the ABS shrinks from heat, or you know, as it. I think each layer, when you put it down, I'm printing it at 260 degrees, which is, I think, 500 degrees Fahrenheit. That's the maximum the printer will go, is 260, and that's what makes the ABS work the best, that I found. But as it's cooling on the plate, it pulls the sides up, so it won't work. So what I had to do here is I printed the base with PLA, and then changed out the filament to the ABS and let it build the main part of the base out of ABS, but the bottom is PLA, and that worked pretty good. The only problem I had there was I stopped the print a little too soon, and there were still 2 more layers of base that it hadn't done yet. So I started it back up, and it did the last 2 layers in ABS, and then those layers separated from the PLA. So I had to stop the print, or I just paused it, moved it out of the way, and then I took the whole section off that was not stuck to the PLA, and then I restarted the print, because now it's just doing the round, you know, it's not going across. So there's a slight bit of overhang. Now it's solid, it worked great, everything, but right here at the edge where these flutes meet the base, I've got openings, so it won't hold water. It does hold water. I filled it all the way up to here, yeah, and it's holding water, but it was draining slowly. And then when I picked it up and looked, it was draining out the little voids. So I can fix that. I can put a little drop of glue on each one of those flutes and fix it. But I'm going to try it again tomorrow. I'm actually going to do the whole print, the floor. I'm going to make sure it's done printing the floor out of the PLA, and then I'll start the ABS and see if I can't get a really perfect print. But this is a very close to perfect right here. This is a very nice one, and this one's very nice also. But like I said, this one won't hold water. So I did do one that I put a solo cup. I cut the rim off the solo cup, and then when the print got to about here, right in this area, I stopped, I paused it, and then I set the solo cup. I put some CA on the bottom of the cup, and I glued it to the bottom in here, centered in the middle here, and then I started the print. So the print finished and locked the cup inside the vase. So now it'll hold water. You can pour water into the cup, and it'll stay in the cup. If you overflow the cup, it's going to fall into the bottom here and leak out. But that was a way of getting it to hold water. So, and I didn't care that, you know, I bought the glow-in-the-dark filament. I bought 6 rolls of it, 3 ABS and 3 PLA, because I was planning on, if I print airplanes with it, I was going to paint the airplane anyway, so I didn't care what color it was. But the cool side to that, if you think about it, is I was going to print an F-86. So if I've got an F-86 plane and I paint the outside silver and the inside's with the glow-in-the-dark filament, and I put a burner in it, the burner's going to light the tube up while it's on, and then when it goes out, the inside of the tube is going to glow green. So that should look pretty cool. You know, after the burner goes out, you're going to see a green glow inside the tube until the burner comes back on. And every time the burner comes on, it's going to recharge the glow-in-the-dark filament, and that should look really cool. So that was my thought when I bought it, because I didn't care that it was just on sale, super cheap. I think it was only $5 a roll, and it was a 10-pound roll. So it's you know, so I got a shitload of filament really cheap. So I've been doing a lot of experimenting with, you know, the heat settings, the not only the nozzle setting, but the bed setting, and then trying the different materials and trying different techniques and stuff. So I'm getting really close to ordering one of the files and print an airplane. I want to make sure it's going to work before I start wasting filament trying to print an airplane. So I'm getting close. I think I'm getting close. If it goes right to just printing the if it doesn't put it on what they call a raft. Sometimes it puts a raft down first and then prints on top of the raft, and then you break the raft off after. If I don't use a raft, I think it'll work. I think the ABS will stick to the bed if it's just one filament thickness, and it's just going to start and go around and just build it straight up. And it's built in sections. So like this airplane, it would build this much of it on one print, and then this much. And you can put all these different files on the table at the same time. Okay? And it'll print each one individually as it's building them up. It'll go from one to the other. So as many as you can get on the table at one time, it will print that many sections. And then when you take them off, they all just slide into each other, and you glue them together. So so that's kind of the thought process. That's why I bought the printer in the first place, is I wanted to try printing airplanes. I really like the ABS. Is pretty strong. This seems really, really strong. I mean, it's solid. The PLA, not so much. For an airplane, it's fine for making something like this or decorative stuff. But I think this is actually strong enough to build an airplane out of. This feels pretty rugged. I think that would hold together for building an airplane. So that's my 3D printing fun I've been doing. I've got. Well, I'm going to print that. I'm going to start that print tomorrow. It takes 10 hours. It takes 10 hours to print that. Okay? It takes 2.5 hours just to print the base. Okay? It takes, because it keeps filling the whole thing. Across that way, then across this way, then back this way, and it goes. I think it's about 20 layers thick. So it takes 2.5 hours just to print that. And then going around how wide. This is the biggest. My printer won't handle anything bigger than this. This is the maximum. I mean, I used up almost every millimeter of space, both height and width. I stretched this vase out as big as I could and kept it inside the measurements of what I could print. So that's pretty much the maximum size I can print, which is more than enough to print an airplane. I don't have anything, a fuselage that would be bigger than this, diameter-wise, that I would print. So it'll print an airplane, no problem. It'll work. So that's the 3D printing stuff. What else have I been working on? I've been working on one of my trailers. I bought some lights. Actually, I bought lights for both trailers. There's a lighting system that they sell. That's these tubes. They look like they're LEDs, but they look like regular fluorescent tubes, but they're thinner, but about the same length. They're 4 foot long, and you get. I think there's 6 per pack. So I bought a double pack because I have 2 trailers. So that's 12 lights. So that's 3 on this side of one trailer, 3 on the other side, and then same thing on the other trailer. So 6 lights in each trailer. They plug right into each other. They have little special hooks that hook right on the top of the edge of the wall in the trailer. And then it's got a regular cord you plug into the wall. You just plug them into the lights, and they all daisy chain together when you put them together. And it's a really nice light system, and it was pretty cheap. And a couple of guys at the field have it, and I really liked it, so I bought them for mine. So I started working on that today, in the old trailer, because I figured I'd start with that one first. Because if I make any mistakes, I'll make them in the old trailer. then I can fix the mistakes in the new trailer. So that's going on there. That's what I'm working on there. Working on the garage, the apartment. It's doing pretty well. I'm kind of I'm in an impasse right now, kind of. I just have to figure out, because I have so much stuff in the garage, and if I can get it above here, that fixes everything. The problem is I have to put the floor up here before I can move everything up there. and I can't put the floor up there until they deliver that wood, and I don't know if I'm going to have money to buy the wood right now. And I did clean the garage up before the hurricane, so I could put one trailer in the garage. So now a fork truck can get in here with a load of wood and set it up on the, on the floor of the apartment, and then I can hand it up into here and start putting that floor in. But the problem I'm having here is I've got airplanes all over the place. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. I think there's 13 airplanes on plane stands inside the hobby room here. And I have to finish doing the strapping in here. So I have to move them all like over to this side so I can do the strapping over here, and then move them all back from here over to here. I'm spending more time, guys, moving stuff around to build this apartment because I have to keep moving shit out of my way. I don't have any place to put it right now. That's the problem. If I had some place to put it, it would make this much easier. But because of the having to keep moving them around, I have to. It's just slowing me way down. So I spent one day out here this week just cleaning up anything non-essential, any kind of trash, wood that I might say I'm going to save to use but I don't need right now. And I put up most of it up on top of the floor of the apartment floor, not the hobby room ceiling, for now until I get this finished. And then I'll move it all from there up here, and then I can finish that. So it's just, and then I'll be able to put everything that's on the floor, everything that's not an airplane, goes upstairs. It's going to go up here. I got 500 square feet up here, guys. So I'm going to put it all up there. I think I might put some racks up there too for now, and just organize it and get it upstairs. And then I'll have all the room I need out here to finish this thing easily, where I won't have to keep stopping to move stuff. I can just, keep moving. So that's what I'm hoping for. So that's what's going on with the apartment. It's going well. I mean, I got to be honest with you guys. I've never framed a house before, but I know the process. All right. I used to deliver all the materials to framed houses to put in the air conditioning ductwork, the electrical, all that. That was one of the jobs I had for years, just delivering this stuff. So I've seen a million frame homes, and mine's better than theirs. I built mine totally different. It's taken a lot longer to build it this way, but mine's a lot stronger than theirs is. There's not one nail anywhere in this place. It's all construction screws. And I know one of the guys, Greg, said that the reason they don't use screws is because screws break. Victor, what's up? No, these construction screws bend. They don't break. That's what they're for. They're made to build houses with, and they bend just like a nail. They don't break. So everything is screwed together, everything. And then I've got, in the corners, I've got 4x4s, and the joist board that holds all the joist hangers are through bolted with 1/2-inch bolts through the 4x4, 2 at each end. So most of the weight is carried on that, okay? And then the joists sit in the joist hangers that are bolted to that board, and then those boards, the joists actually are sitting on the walls, but they're just barely. Most of the weight's being carried by the 4x4s that are through bolted. But as a backup, these walls are also weight bearing. Once I start putting a lot of weight upstairs and it starts to give, that weight's going to transfer right onto the walls. So it's going to be incredibly strong. I've got it anchored to the building itself in several places, so it's completely solid to the building, and it's working out great. I mean, it's taken a long time to do it, but A, because I'm doing it by myself, but B, because I'm doing nothing but screws. You can put a nail in a lot faster than you can put a screw in. And I'm pre-drilling every hole so that I'm not splitting the wood. So sometimes you just put a screw in a hole, in the end of a board, and then the board splits. Well, if you pre-drill it, then you don't have that problem. So every hole has been pre-drilled for every screw, and you know, so it's rock. I mean, it's super strong. It's rock solid, and everything I've had to do so far has worked out. I had to do the diagonal over the 45 French doors, and that worked out perfect because all four of those joists were different lengths. Obviously, you know, shorter, and then they got longer as to 45, and that worked out perfect. That came out great. I've got a 4-foot wide stairwell for go up into the apartment, and that came out perfect. And then these are just 12-footers over here for the last 3 boards, and yeah, everything's just working out great so far. I haven't run into anything that's become a problem that I did wrong or had to redo. It's just been perfect so far. So knock on wood. You know, I got some. Yeah, it's doing great. It's working out really great. So Eric says, yeah, I know what you mean. I've got to get hangers next. But what's this? A Tahoe? Oh, the Tahoe breaking down hurricane. Is that right? What happened to the Tahoe? I didn't hear about the Tahoe. What happened to the Tahoe? Did it get swallowed up by the hurricane or what? Yeah, Fred, I don't think we're talking about the same hole, though. I'm just saying. Maybe we are, but I'm thinking maybe not. Oh, my God. Spencer, what's up? All right, so you talked me into it. You said I needed to do a show, talk about the. So since you're here, all right, so I'll show you again. So this is on the table for size comparison. I wanted everybody to know just how much bigger. Guys, I got to tell you, this is a new record. I have 74 people in the room. That is an absolute record. I've been doing 77. It just hits. This is amazing. I have never had this many viewers in one show in my life. And I've been doing the show a long time. 77 viewers. Thank all of you so much for being here. Please hit the like button. Subscribe, too, if you haven't. So, Spencer, here you go. Look at this. So, look at the size of this thing compared to... So, this is supposed to line up with... This is where this would be. Okay, which puts the tail out of the picture. All right, if I put this right here... Yeah, the tail's not even in the picture. But if I move it up here where you get the tail of the picture, the nacelle is almost to the nose of the airplane. It's past the back pilot, and it's about even with the front pilot's seat. And yeah, it's just enormous, this plane, compared to the compared to the Motion one. This thing is just gigantic. So yeah, I can't wait to fly it. I'm really, really happy I bought it. It was a great deal. To get everything included, like a plug and play, and then get my 30% off for being an elite member. That brought it down to $14.55 was incredible. I think this is a super lot of airplane for $1,400. So I'm super, super, super happy with this. So oh, you're right. So it says 19 in the chat, right? But I'm watching the view count, which means people have come and gone, and so there's 82 up to 84 now, 84 views. So people are coming and going, but it continuously here right now it says 20. Yeah. So, but anyway, glad you guys are here. Big Jim, what's up? Good to see you, man. Big Jim's in the house. Spencer's in the house. So, doing great tonight, man. All you guys are here. I'm so glad you guys are here. Thanks for coming. No knocking at your door? No trick-or-treaters? Yeah, I never get trick-or-treaters. Well, I live on a rural road that nobody lives on this road other than people that ride golf carts. And, yeah, they've never come here. I've been here 11 years, and nobody's ever gone. No, not yet, Spencer. I just can't do it yet. I got to get the apartment done before I can go back to this regularly. Special now and then for right now until I get the apartment finished, and then we'll get back on it. But I've just got so much going on right now, and I'm running out of time. I really need to get this thing done before winter. At least the hobby room part of it, so I can put a heater in here, to keep working, because it's going to get cold. During the day, it's too hot to work out here. That's not what you said. What did you say? It said back to Thursday on the regular. What did I misunderstand? I don't know what you meant. I'm sorry. I misunderstood. I don't know what that meant. Michael Bear, what's up? How you doing, man? Time to set up the 10 again. No, we're not doing that again. No. I've got, listen, if I had to, worst case scenario, but I don't think it'll come to that, I can staple plastic up inside here and the heat will stay in. So that's worst case. I'm hoping to have it all drywalled by then. Me saying not yet. Okay. All right. The clocks go back this weekend? Okay, yeah. That sucks. Yeah, so I don't come out here till 1 o'clock in the morning. They work from like 1 to 10 all night long because that's the only time I can work during the summer out here because it's too hot out here. It's 99 degrees in here and the humidity is like 89%. So the second I walk in here, I can't even walk from the front door to the desk here before my arms are just, water's dripping off my arms. So, yeah, so I can't work out here during the day. I have to do this all at night. So when I sign off tonight with you guys, I'm going to stay out here and keep working. Get some more stuff done. And then once winter comes, I'll be able to work during the day and probably not at night. I'll probably just go back to a normal work during the daytime, and then because it'll be really cold out here at night, but it'll be nice out here during the day. So that's coming up. I'm going to be making that transition pretty soon here, within the next probably 30 days. Yeah. So that's what I'm hoping for. And I think that's going to happen. We'll see. We'll just got to keep plugging along. My trial's coming up in November or January, so we're getting ready for that. I talked to my attorney today, as a matter of fact. They have some interrogatories, which are questions that you give up in discovery. Like the opposing counsel is asking questions they want me to answer. So they send the questions, I answer them, sign them, and send them back. And then we send them discovery, which is all the bills. And they sent me that, and it's wrong. And I told the girl that it was wrong, and she didn't fix it. So then it came in the mail. She sent it to me as an email first, and I told her it was wrong, and she didn't fix it. And then they sent the mail, the hard copy ones that I'm supposed to sign and send back, and it's still wrong. So I called my attorney and told him that, and she had down for Elite Spine, which is the company that did the surgery, it was only $1,535. And I'm guessing that was my office visit, for him to look at my x-rays and explain to me what he wants to do to fix my back. Because the surgery itself, are you sitting down, guys? All right, we'll have a little fun here. We'll do a David yourself quiz or guesstimation here. How much do you guys think my surgery was? My back surgery. Everybody take a guess. How much they think my back surgery was? So, 499. 225,000. That's a good guess, JCB. That's not too far off. That's the best guess yet so far. Yeah, he's winning that contest. 100,000. Okay, that's nope. JCB's still closer. Yeah. With or without the elite discount. That's a good one, Jeff. Without. Yeah, it would be without the discount. Oh, hey, one other thing, guys, about the elite guys. You know, they offer a credit card, a Horizon Hobby Visa card that you can use everywhere. You don't have to use it just at Horizon Hobby, but you get more points if you use it at Horizon Hobby. But if you buy gas with that credit card, the points go on your account at Horizon to buy an airplane. Now, y'all have to buy gas for your cars. So if you get the credit card, which is, it's a free card, you get 16,000 points just for getting the card. And then every time you buy gas and everything, it puts points in your account to use toward whatever you're going to buy at Horizon Hobby. For no extra, no fees, nothing, So just another perk of the Elite setup that you guys can take advantage of if you guys sign up for the credit card. So I recommend that one too. It's a great deal. You can use it everywhere for anything, and the points go on your account at Horizon Hobby. So no, you were closer the other way, JCB. So so it was $199,000 for my surgery, and she had it down for the opposing counsel what we're going to charge them as $1,500, $1,535. No, that can't possibly be right. So they're fixing it now. I talked to my attorney, and he's going to have her fix that, and then they'll have to send me the paperwork out again to sign. But yeah, $200,000. Yep, $199,000 and change. She was, just under $200,000 for my back surgery. Yep. So, and I have one more treatment. I don't know if that's included or if they're going to bill me again for the stem cell treatment. They already took the stem cells out of me. Now I just have to go back and he's going to re-inject them into the repair he did. And that's a outpatient procedure. They're not going to put me out for that. It's just going to numb me up and shoot me up and then send me home. So I don't know if there's going to be an additional charge for that or if that's included in the $199,000. I don't know. So, but yeah, so that's how much the surgery was. So my total bill to date now is right around $386,000 in medical bills. So that's where we're at. And it doesn't look like the other side is going to make any kind of reasonable offer, so it looks like we're going to trial. I'm worth every penny. Thank you, Philip. So, and it's $100,000. It's $1 million policy, but the jury can award me more than the policy. That's the downside for them if this goes to court. If it goes to court, then the jury decides how much I get, and they can make up any number they want. So they could make up, that $2 million. Who knows? It just depends on how they feel about the case. I know our mediator, when we went to mediation, as soon as he saw the picture of the bus I was driving, he about fainted. He couldn't believe that I was alive. He said, "You were driving that?" I said, "Yep." He says, "And they're only offering you $55,000? Yep. He says, "Okay." He says, "I'm going to end this right now. We're done here. They're obviously not serious, and this is ridiculous." He was so mad the mediator. Now, he's supposed to be Mr. Neutral. And he was so mad at them because all they came up with it after an hour and a half of deliberating was $55,000. And, yeah, so I'm feeling pretty confident about doing well in court. So I'm okay with going to court. I hope we do. I think we're going to leave money on the table. Use my points. Yeah, that's good. I have a feeling we're going to leave money on the table if we settle out of court. I think I'll get every bit of the million. You know, which of course I'm not getting all of that because I already have $386,000 in medical bills I have to pay. So, you know, so right off the top, you know, forget about my pain and suffering, lost wages, because I haven't worked since 3 months after the accident. So yeah, there's you know, there's a lot in play here. So we'll see. I suspect we're going to get an offer the day of. You know, that's what they call the courthouse steps offer. So we'll be walking into court, and they'll make an offer. You know, to pay me something so we don't have to go into court, and let a jury decide. So we'll see. We won't find that out till January. It doesn't look like they're going to cough up a number anytime soon. Plus, my attorney told me today too that, you know, he's going to have to start taking depositions from all the doctors that have worked on me. So that's going to add onto the bill, you know, because I don't know what they got to pay each doctor for a deposition, you know. So but that's just going to run the bill up higher, and we've got at least, I think, 8 different doctors I've been to, both theirs and mine. So if we start doing that, if we go that far, that's just going to run the bill up even higher. Yeah, hookers and blow racks up. So anyway, yeah. Most of the time they want to settle. So my last offer was $675,000. That was before all this. I was only at $189,000 in bills at that time, and I came down to $675,000. When they came up to $55,000, I came down to $675,000. And that's where we're at, and I'm not going a penny lower than that now, because I'm not going to see. By the time the bills are paid and my attorneys are paid, I'll be lucky if I net $100,000 out of that, if I'm lucky, after everything's done. So I'm not going any lower than that, you know. So if they can't come up to that, and my attorneys might be advising me to go higher now. We might go back up because the 675 is off the table. So maybe we're going back up to 850 or something. I don't know. I don't know where we're going to go. We'll have to wait and see. You know what, Michael? I don't need that loot to go pick up women in the villages. Oh, that's all right. Yeah, that's part of it, Eric. They're attorney's fees for sure, absolutely. So so yeah, and if that's the case, you know, I don't know how that works, but I'm sure my attorneys are on top of that. So anyway, yeah, I'll keep you posted, but that's as close as I've got right now to what's going on. No, it's not taxed. So here's the difference. This is not income. This is the big difference on this. It's not income. It's compensation. You don't pay tax on compensation. Okay? So that's the major difference there. So this is tax-free money. I don't pay any interest on any whatever I get out of this case because it's not income. this is compensation for my injuries. And so that's the one good thing. I'm not going to have to pay taxes out of that. So that's good. But I have no idea what the final bills are going to be and what we're going to, what they're going to offer. He said that they were going to reach out to them again for another offer, and I'm going to call them and tell them, listen, I don't want to reach out to them anymore. You just send them the bill, and we'll wait. And if they want to go to court, I'm okay with that. But I don't want to reach out to them, making them look like we're scared to go to court. Screw it. What is that? Camellia gets 25% unrealized gains. I'm sorry, JCB, I have no idea what that means. I have no idea what that means. So anyway, what else is going on in the airplane world? I still have to finish my B-17, the one I got from the 1875. That's a big ass bird. Jesus, that thing's big. Nowhere near as big as yours, Eric, but it's a big B-17. I got to tell you, the wingspan on that thing is the third. That's the third biggest airplane I have, I think. Wingspan wise, I think the new OV-10 I got's bigger for sure, and then I don't know if my Twin Otter from Flex is bigger than this or not, but they're close. And then that would be number 3 is the largest airplanes I have. Well, actually, no, I take that back. No, that's only 1875. I still have the 2 meter, the three T-28s and three Cessna 182s. Those are all bigger. They're all 2 meter ships. So's the B-25 is bigger. Okay, so yeah, but it's in the top 10. Anyway, yeah. It won't fit in the trailer. Okay, so that's why I'm working on the light system in the trailer. I have to make a racking system because my big 3D plane that's 8 foot long has to go on a rack. And there's other guys at the field that have done the same thing. They're using that E-track on the walls, and they put probably about a 6-inch wide beam across the trailer, and put the mains on that beam, and then in the back, and they strap it to it. And then in the back, they put another beam, a 6-inch wide beam, that the tail wheel sits on, and then they strap it to that. So I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to put the bottom one's going to be a big platform, so it can be a bed, but it'll be adjustable, so I can move it up and down. Not the other trailer has a bed in it, but it's not adjustable. This one's going to be adjustable, and then 2 racks above that will be movable, and I should be able to put three airplanes on each rack, and then 5 airplanes on the bed, small planes. But I should be able to put 3 big airplanes on each rack above the bed. So that's 6 more giant scale airplanes. Anything that's really long can go on those racks with the wings off. So I don't have that many planes right now. The only planes I'll have that I would do that would be the OV-10, the Twin Otter, the Flex Twin Otter, the 3D 8-footer. It's an extra 330, but I don't remember what brand it is. And then that's probably. I mean, I could put the T-28s, my RV-8, that'll go on one of the racks. So that's 4 airplanes out of 6 already that I can put on the racks. So I can do all those 4, and then I've got a jet that's big. It's probably a 6-foot wing fuselage. It's a Phoenix model Bayhawk. It's a turbine. So I have that. So that'll probably fit on the rack. I'll probably have to build a cradle for that one. It wouldn't be sitting on the gear, so I just put a cradle on the rack and set it in the cradle. But yeah, so that's the system I'm building right now. So I'm going to put the lights in it right now and then build that rack system. And I've seen it on other guys' trailers, and it looks really good. It works pretty good. So, so I think that's what I'm going to do. So, Michael Bear, just screw a spark plug in the hole. You know, that should be just about the right size. You know, just thread the spark plug in the hole, and you know, that'll plug the hole. Who gives a shit what it looks like? Just plug it with a spark plug. Hey, you know, even a blind squirrel gets a nut once in a while, right? Yeah, I know what you're talking about. The only way to get your exhaust manifold bolts off are a lot of heat, you need a torch, and some PB Blaster or some other kind of penetrating oil. And you got to just start by just wiggling it back and forth. You don't try to just unscrew it. You got to move it one way and then back the other, and then back the other way and back the other. Maybe more. If you're not making any progress, more heat, more penetrating oil. It's the only way to get exhaust manifold bolts off. Otherwise, they're going to break. And then you got to drill them, and that is a major pain in the ass. It's way easier. It takes a long time to back and forth to get them. Once you get one full revolution, they'll come out. You know, but you got to clean the threads one full revolution, and then that'll clean the threads enough to come out. But it's a lot, even though that's a pain in the ass, it's a lot faster than having to drill holes. Oh my God. You know, trying to drill the head to get the stud out and then re-drill it to put a helicoil in it, to put threads back in it. Ask me how I know. Yeah, so just take your time if you have to. But yeah, I would try to avoid it at all costs. Just, you know, thread a spark plug in the hole or anything like that. You can go get a pipe plug, you know, for plumbing, you know, and thread it in the hole. If you have a tap, you can run it in there, you put a thread in it, and then thread that in, and you know, put some Loctite on it and thread it in there, and it'll probably work. You get penetrating oil from Spencer. And that surprises me. I'm thinking, you know, Spencer's the kind of guy that wouldn't want to use lube. He just strikes me as that kind of guy. Oh my God. Anyway, so all right, so what else is going on, guys? Let's see. What other airplanes have I bought that you guys don't know about? Let me think for a minute. You guys know I bought the Super Tucano, and I love that airplane, guys. That is the best damn airplane. I mean, it lands easier than the T-28. It does. It is such a good airplane. God, that thing flies amazing. The T-28 flies a little more stable. Very little, but just a little, because this flies like a pattern ship. If any of you guys have flown any kind of pattern airplane, that's what this thing flies like. But that's what I thought, Spence. That's exactly what I was saying. But this thing is just stupid easy to land. Oh my God! It just floats in. Total no stabilization. Doesn't need it. It just comes in rock solid. It damn near just lands itself. It's just an amazing airplane. Plus, it looks fantastic. It's just a beautiful airplane. So yeah, guys, that's my favorite so far. Man, I really, really love that airplane. That has become my new absolute favorite airplane. Now, whether this Bronco takes that position, I don't know. We'll see once I get it built. But right now, that Tucano is just the cat's ass. Man, I love that airplane. I got about 10 flights on it now. I hadn't flown it in over a month. I hadn't since surgery. I've been home for a good month. I haven't left the house. I can't go anywhere. I'm not allowed to do anything. Can't pick nothing up. Can't, But I'm okay now. So, I got the green light after my last visit. I go back to see him in November 27th, Wednesday. That's when they're going to do the stem cells. So, but yeah, the pain's pretty manageable. It's getting better. I was able to fly. Yeah, actually, I got to tell you, David, I do like it better than the Flex RV-8. I really do. And you know how good the RV-8 flies. I love that plane. It's like the T-28. They fly amazing. But yeah, I like it better. I think not only I think it flies better, but it's cooler looking too. I mean, it's just a super cool, military, a lot of detail on it. The lights are fantastic. It's just everything about that airplane is just, I love it. So yeah, I actually do like it better than my RV-8. I'm not sorry I have my RV-8. I love my RV-8, but I wouldn't fly this in a hurricane, but I'd fly the RV-8 in a hurricane, and I have. I mean, I have flown that plane in a hurricane. A few years back, one of the hurricanes came through here. Me and Bo were out at the flying field. I had my RV-8 out, and he had his Cessna 170. The two Flex airplanes, and we were both flying. We weren't flying; we were hovering right over our heads, about 20 feet off the ground, about 10 feet apart, just hovering right there in the. We were probably in 50, 60 mile an hour winds, and we're just. we were laughing our asses off because, the plane was just flying. It didn't give a shit, So that's what I love my RV-8 for. It'll fly in any condition. I wouldn't fly the Super Tucano in those kind of conditions, but I'd fly the RV-8. So you flew your nutball in a tornado and it's gone. Gee, I can't imagine. Well, David, if that thing has a back order button that you can order it now, because if you wait till they're here, you ain't going to get one. So if there's an order button available for you right now, order it. Because they're selling that thing like crazy. So if you wait till then, if it's available. If it's not available, it's not available. But if the button's available to order it, order it. I was just going to tell you guys something. Oh, so how many of you guys have ever bought from General Hobbies? Any of you guys know who they are? Any of you guys don't know who they are and never heard of them? They're out in California. They're selling everybody's airplanes now. And I mean everybody. They've got planes from Ocean RC, Flex Innovations, Hobby King, plus the stuff that they normally sold, like Dynam and LX models, and I mean, they're just unbelievable what they're selling right now. I went on there. I haven't been there in a while, and I went there and I couldn't believe the stuff they're selling from all these other companies. I don't know how they're getting them, but so you can get the Flex Innovations, the Cessna 170. In the maroon color night vision, the night version with the lights. That's about a 756 plane, I think, at Flex Innovations. They're selling it for $441. That is a screaming good deal. Now, it probably doesn't have an aura in it at that price, so you have to buy the aura separate. But that's only $120. So that still brings it to $560 for a night version. That's a good $100 savings if you ordered it from Flex. And if you already happen to have an aura, you'd be set. But I have several orders here. I ordered some. They were on sale for $85, and I bought 5 of them. There was a limit; you could only buy 5, so I bought 5. But yeah, great deals on a bunch of planes that you can't get in. I couldn't believe they're selling them. They've got the Motion RC. What is that? The Vulcan, that yellow jet that they came out with, and then they came out with the cheaper version that's white. It's a 4S, but the 6S one's yellow. They're selling that plane from Motion RC. They've got that plane there. So it's a free wing plane. They've got the Hobby King. They're selling the King Twin. They're selling a bunch of they've got X-Fly stuff now. They've got a bunch of X-Fly planes. Great deals too. They have my old Taft Hobby Viper. Yeah, I know some of you guys know what I'm talking about. If you don't, you can go watch my channel. Just look up the Viper. But they're back in stock. They had 6 versions of it. There's 3 colors: green, red, and yellow, and they have 2 versions of each one. You can buy it as a ARF Plus, which comes with everything but the fan and motor. You get the retracts, servos, everything is in it. You just need to add the fan and the motor, and then they have a full-blown plug-and-play. And they had all 3 colors, both versions, but they sold out of the yellow in the, I think it was the ARF, or the plug-and-play is sold out. I think they still have the ARF. It might be the other way around. They sold out of the green ones. They don't have any of the green left. But they still have the red, both versions. So you can get the red in the Plus or the plug-and-play. It's an awesome jet, guys. I love that airplane. And they've upgraded the retracts on top of it, which is even, they were great to start with, but they're even better now. So, yeah, if you haven't been to General Hobbies, guys, go check it out. They got some killer airplanes right now and some killer deals. So, you know, if you're looking to save some money, I'm thinking about buying the. I'd like to have that Cessna 170, and I don't need the Aura, so I can buy it for $441, and it's a night version, so it lights up at night. So I might pull the trigger on that. I'm thinking about it. I wouldn't mind getting another one of my Vipers. I've got 2 of them now, but, well, 1.5. I got a full plane, and then I've got a foam carcass with nothing in it. You know, so that's okay. I mean, that's you know, spare parts for the other one, but I wouldn't mind getting another one. And I'd like to get a red one. So they have that. So I might pull the trigger on that. So under $400. It's a 6S, 6-channel. It's a 90 millimeter EDF, under $400. So pretty good deal. Lights, retracts, all aluminum retracts. You know, flaps, the whole 9 yards. Nice airplane. Flies fantastic. I love that thing. Uh-oh. Yeah, you won't be flying. You won't even be flying the real shit, will you? Well, the full size. You think they're all real? Sorry, didn't mean to, because they are all real. But I meant the full size. You won't even be allowed to fly the full size stuff with cataract surgery. Not even a first officer, could you? So, David, which color did you get your RV-8 in? The new red or the new blue or the old orange? Or green. It's orange and green, and then there's a new red and blue. There you go, Michael. Well, you'll have to fly down to Florida here and hang out with me. You know, we'll go flying. You know. I can talk you through it. I'll be your first officer and talk you through it. Yeah, you're looking good. A little left, a little left. Okay, a little left. Perfect. Yeah, you're looking great. Yeah. We can make that work. Yeah, Victor, they're not the greatest company to work with, but they're still better than Banggood. Okay, they're the worst. So they're way better than Banggood. So you ordered the red one, yeah? Yeah, Garrett had a red one last year at Bigfoot. Did he have it out there this year? It's a great airplane. You'll love it. You know, and the best thing about it, David, there's never too much wind to fly that airplane. It absolutely doesn't care about the wind. It doesn't matter how gusty it is. The plane will never, ever show you that it even notices it. It'll just take off like it always does. It'll fly like it always does, and it'll land like it always does. It don't give a shit what the wind is, what direction it's coming from, how strong it is. It don't give a shit. And that's the greatest thing about that airplane. That's the one thing about that airplane I absolutely love. Is I know when I get to the field, I don't care what's going on, I can fly that airplane. No doubt about it, I can fly that airplane. Yeah, we'll all be praying for you, Michael. Hopefully they don't make you blind. I lucked out. They didn't make me a or at least a paraplegic. I was really worried I was going to be in a wheelchair the rest of my life. But that didn't happen, so I'm super happy for that. Thank you guys for all your prayers. I know a lot of you guys are praying for me, and I appreciate that. Thank you. God definitely heard your prayers because, you know, I came out of it pretty good. I'm definitely better than I was, so that's a start. I'm not 100% yet by any means, but I'm way better than I was. I went flying last Saturday, and I was able to stay. I flew an 11-minute flight with the Tucano, and then I flew a 9-minute flight with the Viper, the E-Flight Viper, the 90mm Viper, without a pause in between. And then I think I flew another one. So I actually had 3 flights in a row, and I was in pain, but it was manageable. And then I had to go sit down. But I only had to sit down for about 10 minutes. And then I was good. I could go fly again. Now, before, I couldn't go 9 minutes. I was lucky if I could go 9 minutes. And then I had to sit down for an hour before I could fly again because my back was killing me so bad. But yeah, I'm way ahead of that. Still got pain now, but it's not near as bad. I could manage it. And I was able to, like I said, I had 2 or 3 flights in a row before I had to sit down. And then I only had to sit down for about 10 minutes. And I could go fly again. So I got a lot of flights in then Saturday. I mean, I probably got 10 or 12 flights in. And I know Spencer usually flies about 18, but you know, your 3-minute 18 flights doesn't compare to my 12 9 to 11-minute flights. So I'm getting a lot more airtime than you are. So let's see, what else? Besides the Tucano, I know I bought another airplane. What the hell else did I buy? I guess I think the only one I'm thinking of that I didn't put together, because I've already got two of them together, was that C-130. I bought another one of those because it was on sale for $272. $400 airplanes on sale for $272. By the way, the King Twin, I think, is still on sale at Hobby King, $100 off. So instead of $399, it's $299. So if any of you guys wanted to get the King Twin, it might still be on sale. Go check it out. Yeah, $100 off is a good deal. So go check that out. Yeah, anytime you go under the knife, Mike, I don't care what they're doing, it's always a risk. And that's why I waited to do the back surgery. I tried everything else first because I didn't want to do it. I was deathly afraid. We've all heard the rumors about, guys having back surgery and end up in a wheelchair. So I was pretty nervous about it. But I finally decided, it's now or never. It's either get it, go for it and hope for the best, or live with back pain the rest of my life that's, not manageable. So yeah, my ex Debbie's had it done a couple times. She just went through it again. She had some surgery done in her eyes, yeah, she's doing good. They haven't screwed her up. Now there's a guy at my flying field, another Ken, and they've screwed his eyes all up. He was born with a bad eye. He's been blind in the one eye all his time, and then they screwed up the only other eye he has, and they keep trying to fix it, and he's having a hell of a time. And then he got a cataract on top of it, and the insurance company said it wasn't bad enough to operate yet. We're not going to operate because it's not bad enough. And do you realize that's the only eye I've got? I mean, it's not like I'm relying on the other eye to compensate for. I only have one eye, and I can't see out of this one. So yeah, it's bad enough. I can't see. It's bad enough. You need to operate. So he finally got him to operate on it. So I haven't actually talked to him this year yet. He's back, and he's a snowbird. But he's back. But I haven't had a chance to talk to him yet. Look at the pretty lights. What pretty lights are we looking at? Do I have pretty lights? Did I miss something? So any of you guys got anything new going on? What's going on in your lives? What's new and exciting there? Yeah, I just thought of something. Did I buy another crawler? I did buy. I did buy the Toyota, and FMS is discontinuing. I just noticed they had it on sale and they discontinued it. So I did have that. I know that's fairly new. I don't know what. Yeah, I don't think I have anything else. Oh, I do have one. Oh, I think I told you guys this, but I think this was from. Hobby Zone is selling this one. It's pretty nice. I think it was on sale for $69. It's plug and play. You get everything, and it's 18th scale, and it's really pretty cool. Not bad at all. Transmitter's yellow, same color as the Jeep, so that's kind of cool. You're not going to mistake which transmitter that goes to. But yeah, Hobby Zone was selling this for I think 69. I think it was 69 bucks, and I really like it. It's nice. So if you guys are looking for a new crawler, you know, you might want to check this one out. It's not bad. 69 bucks is a good deal. You know, it's kind of, you know, you know, for something to play with. You know, it comes with a battery to drive it. I did not come with. It takes 3 AA's, not 4. 3 AA's in the transmitter, and but it didn't come with those. Oh, I know what. So the new Bronco, the mega size OV-10. So I was going online and looking at what kind of props are on the real one, and on the full scale one. And I've seen it with 3-blade, 4-blade, and 6-blade. No, 3-blade, 4-blade, and 5-blade. I haven't seen it with a 6-blade. So I'm thinking possibly I'd like to use these, but I don't think they're big enough. They're pretty big. Okay, so this is the 5-blade prop for the EC 1500. Now I know this plane's way bigger than than this one, and this is about the size of the EC 1500, but that doesn't necessarily mean it's not big enough to fly the plane. The props I've seen on the full scale one are all different diameters. I mean, there's some have been really smaller, the bigger ones. I've seen all different diameters. So, if you spin this fast enough, it might just do the job. I don't know, but they'd look cool as hell on there for sure. The one I saw, and these are counter-rotating. And I was also thinking maybe the Super Tucano props, but they're not counter-rotating, but they don't have to be. Some of the models don't come with counter-rotating props, and it didn't save me when one of my engines shut down on my F7F. It screwed it into the ground anyway, so having counter-rotating props didn't help me at all. It still screwed it into the ground. So maybe I'll put the 5-bladed Tucano props on it, if those are big enough, and go that route. I don't know. I don't know what I'm going to do yet for props. I'm going to have to figure it out. The only problem with the Super Tucano props is the spinners are too big. I mean, I can live with it, but they're a little too big for the plane. So I'll have to see. I'm going to have to do some checking around. Let's balance it. I've balanced these. They balance easy, I got the balancer right here. Should we do it? Is that what you? Yeah, here we go. I'm ready. There it is, right there. I'm prepared. Yeah. Yeah. They're easy to balance. These things balanced up nice. I balanced them. I've got 2 EC 1500s and 2 extra sets of props for that plane. So, because for a while there, you couldn't get the props. So I got extras. Do it, he says. Yeah, do it. Yeah, I'm sure you guys really want to watch me balance a prop. So nobody's got anything new, huh? Nobody bought any new airplanes or new crawlers? Nothing going on? Everybody's just status quo? I'll wait for the election to get over to know if you're going to have money to spend or not? Is that what's going on? We're all waiting to see if we're all going to go to purgatory or not? Or backflip and tap dance. There you go. No leg presses for a while. What happened with you, Wild Bill? Did you hurt yourself too? What's going on there? What part of Ohio are you in, Fred? Oh, so it's something else I found out. I think this thing came with one light on the nose. It looks like a light anyway. I'm not positive, but it looks like a light. But I found a guy from Germany who has this plane, and he put a light kit in it from a German company. And they looked great. They were all LED lights, and they looked really great on the plane, but he didn't explain how to. I mean, he gave the link to the company, but when you go there, it's all in German. Excuse me. They do have a translator that works, but it doesn't work on all of it. So when you go to order the lights, there's several different versions of the lights, and it doesn't translate that. So I have no idea what the names are, but what you get, it's all in German. It didn't translate that, so I have no idea what the hell I'm buying. You just don't know if we're allowed to eat fries after the next 6 days. Okay, again, you've lost me. I don't know what that means. I'm guessing it's some kind of political joke, and I don't watch any of that, so I have no idea what that is. I don't watch any of it. I turn it off. I don't want to hear from anybody. I'm just sick of the whole thing. After the bullshit 4 years ago, I'm sick of the whole fucking thing. So I just can't. I'm not going to waste any more of my life worrying about politics, because obviously my vote doesn't matter. So I give up. I'm not ever doing that again. Yeah. All right, guys. So what you got me? You got any questions? You want me to grab an airplane of any kind? Go get a crawler? Anything else? Or are we pretty much done? I think I've covered everything I wanted to cover. For now, I haven't even looked at the instructions on the OV-10 yet. I need to look at them. I'm just curious about a few things. I did the unboxing. I don't know if you didn't see the video, go watch it. I didn't see control rods, but I wasn't looking either. There definitely could have been in the bottom of the box. There is a parts bag, but it's pretty short, so I don't think any of the control rods for the rudders are in there, because I don't think the bag's long enough for that. I'll have to look and see if they're in there. Pretty sure everything's in there, but I haven't confirmed that. But the wiring harness seems to be an issue. I've watched 3 different videos now on that plane, and everybody talked about their wiring harness, what brand they went with for the quick connects to make it easy to take the wing off. The only Bronco I had is the one we're looking at on the table here. That's half invisible. This my stealth Bronco is right here on the table. And because it's green. Yeah, but it's here. It's real. Yeah, I'll be honest with you. This flew okay. it wasn't hard to fly or anything. It's a pretty decent flyer, but it does this tail wag the whole time it's flying. And the Viper did the same thing, the E-Flite 90mm Viper, until you take the winglets off. If you take the winglets off, it doesn't do that. So for some reason, the winglets are causing the Viper to do the wag. It's not at all. It doesn't affect the way it flies fine. It doesn't make it hard to fly. It just kind of looks funny. That's all. It doesn't change anything as far as how it flies or how good it flies or any of that. You don't lose control of it. It just yeah, Mike, that's one of the ones I watched. Thank you. Yeah, I watched his video because his is the bigger version, but it's still yeah, that's the one that David has, that size. But yeah, his wiring, same thing. He had a wiring system for quick connects, and yeah, that was one of the ones I watched. And you're right, what he used would work if I want to go that route. Yeah, but I got to look into it. I don't know what, most of this. I don't know that there's better ways to do it, but there's certainly cheaper ways to do it. Okay, you can buy the Quick Connect setup from FMS way cheaper than what these guys are spending for these big elaborate things, and it does the same thing. It brings it all down to one plug. You pull one plug and everything comes unconnected, and then you plug it back together. And that's all this is about, is making it easier so you don't have to plug off, because in the wings you'd have to unplug the ESCs, the retracts, the lights if you put lights in it, the flaps, and there's two different servos for flaps. You'd have to unplug both flap servos and the ailerons, all in each wing. And that's a lot of unplugging and plugging back in. So you can put that all into a harness, so you only have to do one plug. And that's but FMS sells one of those setups, and it's pretty cheap compared to these hundreds of dollars they're spending on these elaborate wiring systems. So I'm not saying I'm not going to do that. I'm not sure it's necessary, first of all, and it's expensive, and so I got to look into that. But I'm going to build the airplane first. I can install all the servos and put the whole thing together before I have to worry about the final wiring. I can have the wings built, but not on the airplane. I can have the whole airplane built, and then the last thing before I actually mount the wing onto the plane would be to put those harnesses in, whatever I decide to go with. So yeah, almost, Fred. Yeah, it's almost big enough for me to fly it to the field myself. Yeah, it's pretty big. The one that the video that Mike just put up, that one is big enough. I could get in that one. I mean, I can get it and close the hatch. That thing's huge. Oh my God. That one's again big. How big this one is bigger than this one is again bigger than that one. I mean, it's twice the size of that one. This is 84 inches. That one's 125 inches. So yeah, that thing's huge. But I didn't want one that big. That was too much. I couldn't, I have to call. I got a limit how big I can go, and that's my limit. The 125 is too big. Oh. So anyway, and it was way more expensive because that thing was, I think, $2,800 and didn't come with anything. So the plane was $2,800, and then you got to buy your motors, ESCs, or gas, whatever you're going with, and all the servos and probably the retracts. I don't know if it came with the retracts or not, but this was the deal, was that it came with everything. That's why I went with this one, because it did come with everything. Philip, who makes that one you got? The twin bomber. Vampire. Yeah. Who built that? Who's the manufacturer of that one? I'm not expecting anything. I'm sure this will fly just fine. I have two P-38 Lightnings. They're roughly twin boom, so they're very similar. So I don't think I'm having any trouble with it. Not at least bit worried about flying it. I think it'll fly great. I like the landing gear. It looks pretty rugged, so I don't think I'm having trouble with the landing gear. So yeah, I'm pretty excited about the whole thing. I really am. I think it was. Oh, are they still selling it right now in the V3 version 3? Really? I don't know that I've seen that one. God, I don't know. I'm on High King's site a lot. I don't remember seeing that one. Wow, I'll have to go check that out. Yes, David Snyder has the big one. Yes, Mike, he does. Yep. Now he's already contacted me a couple times. He's super excited about mine. He calls it the little brother to his. Yeah. Yeah, he's really excited. He says, I'm going to love it. Old school EDF with a new scheme. Yeah. Yeah, I know the plane well. I just didn't know that. I know Dynam makes it, I think, still, but I didn't know Durafly was still making it. That's interesting. Yeah, I'll have to go look at the new scheme, see what they got. I haven't seen that in a while. Wiggs, what's up? How you doing, man? Boeing biggest hater. Welcome to the show. I've never seen you here before. So why do you work for Boeing? Why are you Boeing's biggest hater? It's got to be a story there somewhere. I am going to set up a camera on my 3D printer. So when I start printing an airplane, if I do a show, we'll be able to put the printer up and watch it print an airplane. So that might happen soon. We'll see. Big Jim, you still in here? You popping back and forth between me and Ryan? You still here? Eric EQ, are you here? I want to check up on a couple of things, both those guys. Oh, you got a Flightline P38? Yeah, I've got one of those too. Yeah. So, are you going to fly it with twin 4S packs? I don't advise it. Are you there, Wiggs? You're going to go with a single pack? Okay, good. Yeah, don't fly it on twin packs. It's a horrible idea. Everybody that's flown one of those at my field has crashed it because their packs don't match and one pack goes dead before the other one. And then it just spins into the ground. I fly mine on a single pack. I got them wide together and it works fine. I just put one like a 5000 or a 5200 in there, and it's fine. And that way, if I lose the motors, I lose them both at the same time. So you still have control of it. You can fly it. You can fly it to the scene of the crime instead of just hoping it goes somewhere you can get to it. So, yeah. Yeah, I don't like the dual pack idea either. I mean, unless they're wide together, that's fine too, but Motion has them set up where each motor is on a separate battery, and that's no good. If one pack goes dead before the other one, you're screwed. So yeah, I don't like that idea at all. I've been thinking about. I really would like to have the big A10 from Free Wing, but I don't know. I can't bring myself to pull the trigger on it. I would like to have that big A10 though. Ugh. Yeah, I didn't want at first. I didn't want it because it was twin pack. I didn't like that idea, but I hadn't thought about converting it. Now I'm just so disappointed in Motion RC and the quality of the stuff that they're putting out now that I just can't bring myself to spend any more money there. I'm very disappointed. They used to be the best, and now they're closer to the old Hobby King. They just aren't. They're the way they're running the company and their attitude and the product they're putting out. Just don't. They're not happy at all. My buddy out at the flying field bought this exact airplane, this OV-10 from Motion, and when he got it, the blue box, the landing gear didn't work at all. So they sent him another blue box. That one, the landing gear worked. The flaps didn't work. So they sent him another blue box. Okay, well now the flaps work. The landing gear works when it wants to. You hit the switch and then you just wait. And sometimes it goes in a minute. Sometimes it goes in 5 minutes. And the motors wouldn't sync. So when you throttled up, we tried calibrating them 7 times, and we could not get the motors to sync. So he just gave up. He sold the plane to somebody else. Never flew it. Was afraid to fly it, so he never flew it. He sold it to somebody else, and I was just like, You know, I just so disappointed. And this one's been totally modified. This one's 6S, a single 6S. It's got new ESCs, new motors, 3-bladed props, counter-rotating. Well, actually, yeah, they are counter-rotating. Yeah, counter-rotating. Somebody else modified this, and I bought it from him. And then I did some repairs on it to clean it up even better. And it's okay. You know, I'm not too disappointed. It's doing okay. Like I said, it kind of wobbles a little when you fly it, but that's, you know, like I said, it doesn't make it hard to fly or anything. It just looks kind of funny. That's all. It flies fine. Yeah, the blue box from hell. Yeah, I know. I just yeah. The last plane I bought from Motion was about a year ago. I bought that. It's a little 3D plane they sell from that. What the hell's the name of that company? Let's see if it's on the side of the airplane there. The plane's called Skynetics. That's it. It's Skynetics Revolution. Okay, so I bought that. It came in when I got it. It came with a bad elevator servo. The servo would jump up and down. You couldn't get it to down elevator would jump all over the place. And I had to do a video of it to show them what it was doing. It took them 3 weeks to finally agree to replace it. They sent me the replacement. I put it in. It worked fine. Flew the plane, I don't know, half a dozen times, and the rudder servo quit. I haven't flown it since. You know, just sitting there. I got a servo I can put in it. I'm just, you know, when I get disenchanted with an airplane, I pretty much don't want to fly it anymore. So the prop, I can't put the spinner on it. The prop, there's an alignment pin in there where you're supposed to index the prop to that, and then and the spinner won't fit on in that position. So I can't put the spinner on. So just very disappointed. You know, I haven't been able to buy anything from Motion that's been any good in years, and so I pretty much just don't buy there anymore. I thought this, because this used to be Tech One, the Skynetics company used to be Tech One, and I wanted this very airplane back when it was Tech One, and I never got around to buying it. And then they brought it back as Skynetics, so I said, well, screw it, I'll buy it. And obviously they didn't put the quality of parts in it that Tech One did, because, you know, it's just it hasn't been a good airplane. I put an aura in it, and it flies really good with the aura in it, especially. It's beautiful. But, you know, I keep having mechanical failures, and I can't fly it with the spinner on it. So, and I'm just not in the mood to fix it. Don't give a shit. Fuck it. You know, I may sell it. I may just make a wall hanger out of it. I don't know. I don't know what I'm gonna do with it. I'm not in a hurry to do anything with it right now. The Bob Hoover in you. See, I'm just the opposite. I don't push my airplanes. I fly them scale, and not just because I'm trying to be easy on the plane. I just like watching them fly scale, you know, and I just think I fly really low. I stay between 10 and 20 feet off the ground the whole time, because I want to look at it. When it flies by, I want to look at it. I don't want it 300 feet straight up. That doesn't do anything for me. I want it right here where I can see it. So, and I fly really smooth and scale, and I don't do any hard G maneuvers, you know, that would strip a servo or tax it to the point of failing. And I don't do any of that. And then I have failures anyway, and that just really pisses me off, you know. And then I get really long flight times too. And that's just, it's not just because I want the long flight times. I'm trying to be easy on the batteries because I can't afford to keep replacing batteries. When you push a battery hard, especially in a jet, it doesn't last very long. If you get 6 months out of a battery, you're doing good, in a jet. And I tend to get a lot more time out of mine because I don't push them hard. So all of those things come into play. Why I fly the way I fly, because I can't afford not to. I just, I'm so cheap in this hobby. I mean, I know I have a lot of money in this hobby, but if I kept breaking airplanes because I was flying them, past their limits or maybe past mine and crashing them, I couldn't do it. I wouldn't have any of these airplanes because they'd all be broken and I can't afford to replace them. So I'd be just shit out of luck. So I had a failure. As a matter of fact, I had a gear failure Saturday. Foam hinges. Yeah, I'm not a big fan of those either. But I've already fixed plenty of those. They're easy to fix. I just cut them off, sand the extra foam off of it, and then put regular Dubro nylon hinges in them. So, yeah, I don't worry too much about the foam hinges anymore. If I've got one failing, I just get rid of it and fix it. Because I know it ain't going to fail again then. So I was taxiing. I was going to take off my F-86 from FMS. And I'm hauling ass down the runway, and all of a sudden, the right wingtip dips. Because the right landing gear, because it had 2 drops of glue holding it into the wing, came out. So I'm dragging the landing gear behind the plane, and I didn't know that. I couldn't see that yet. And then all of a sudden it just hooked right into the tall grass. And when I got out there, both the gear in the wings were out with, again, no glue. There's 2 little drops of glue. So now I have to fix that. And it did rip the wire off one of the retracts, so I'm going to have to open that retract up and rewire it. So yeah, I wasn't very happy about that. I especially hate that particular failure. Glue is not expensive. Use it. Put a little more glue in them. The Chinese think we all fly off of concrete here in America like they do in Japan or China, and we don't. Most of us fly off grass. Some of the very lucky get to fly off, concrete. We don't. Most of us have to fly off grass. And they just don't put enough glue in those pockets for a plane that you're going to, if you want to call it abuse, to fly off grass. And so, yeah, I'm not happy at all about that. It didn't tear the airplane up any, thankfully. It did break one of the gear doors. So I'll have to either fix it or replace that. It broke one of the pins. But no other damage. The rest of it's fine. So, but yeah, that kind of pissed me off because now not only did I not get to fly it, now I got to fix it. I do have another one, so I'll probably just put the other one in the air and leave that one on the back shelf for now. Just not in the mood to fix airplanes. I don't have to do it that often, but I still don't want to do it. Yeah, I know, Philip. That's exactly my whole issue with these companies is, we're talking about pennies, literally pennies, to put proper hinges in an airplane, to put proper connectors, prop shaft adapters. There's so many things that they go cheap on. Mounting the control horns, the clevises. The list just goes on and on of how they, cut literally a couple of cents out of the airplane to go with something cheap that's just going to fail. So yeah, I wish they would stop doing that shit. I wish they would just, build a quality product that we can enjoy for years. And and they don't need to charge anymore. Listen, the Fanfly's proved beyond the shadow of a doubt that you can make a quality airplane for under $200. You know, and that little jet, that it's a 64 millimeter fan, 6S L39 is the fantastic value. It flies amazing. It's got all aluminum trailing arm retractable landing gear in it. It's got lights, both landing lights and nav lights, flaps, everything, and you know, full blown. Yep, fly fans. Look, go to Banana Hobbies. $199. Well, it might be $209 right now. They keep, you know, every other week they change it from $199 to $209, back to $199, $209. But it comes in 3 colors, and awesome little airplane for under $200. 6S. You can, and the best battery pack for it is at Hobby King for $34, I think. And so you can have a 6S jet and an L39 for, you know, less than $200 and fly the crap out of it. And it's amazing. So when you have to pay $500 or $600 for a slightly bigger jet, is ridiculous. You know, I mean, it's absolutely ridiculous. These guys are making plenty of money on these airplanes. They're not hurting themselves at all if they have to spend, you know, 3 extra cents to put a Metal Gear servo in it instead of a plastic gear servo. You know, silly shit like that. That it would mean way more to us to see the quality than just for them to make a couple extra pennies and just piss off their customers. Oh, you ordered one of those, David? It's coming tomorrow? The black and white one? Yeah. Yeah. You'll love it. It's a great flying little jet. It really is. I would turn the only thing I did, I think I changed the elevator servo to 85%, and I cut the flap throw down. And that's all I changed. Like, the ailerons are full throw, rudder's full throw. I think I put some expo on the rudder. I do that on all my nose gear airplanes to make the nose gear less sensitive. So, you know, unless I break it out separately. So I'll put a lot of expo on the rudder to make it easier for ground handling. And in the air, expo on a rudder, you don't hardly use the rudder in the air anyway most of the time. So, and a little expo on it doesn't really make a difference. But everything else, but yeah, great little jet. It's I don't think it was the elevator I changed. I think it was the ailerons. I think I went 85% on the ailerons because it was pretty twitchy, you know, full 100% ailerons. So, you know, if you're going to use dual rates, you know, start off with the low rates until you at least get it trimmed out, because it can be pretty. It's a quick little jet. It's pretty fast. It'll do 100 miles an hour. I don't know what battery you're going to put in it. It's a pretty tight battery compartment. The only one I can recommend is Hobby King sells a 6S battery with a XT60 connector, which is the one you need. It's a 2650 6S. I think it might even be one of those nanotech. I can't remember if it is or not. But it fits right in there perfect. Get 9-minute flights easy. It just, weight balance is perfect. It's a great battery for that airplane. And it comes with the right connector, because even though it's a 6S bird, it only has an XT60 connector in it. So, and this battery comes with an XT60, so it's perfect. It's the perfect size to fit in the plane, and it's got the right connector. It's just awesome. And you get great flight times with it. So I highly recommend getting that battery. I don't know if you've got something else you can use. I started off flying mine with 2 wide together. I had a wide connector, 2 2200 3 cells. And it was a series connector I had. So I turned 2 3-cell packs into a 6-cell pack. And I was getting 6-minute flight times with that, with a 2200. But that was kind of, I don't know, putting 2 batteries in there and farting around with that connector was, you know, I mean, it worked until I fixed it, but, you know, by buying that battery, just cured it. So I bought 3 of those batteries. And of course, I can use them in any of my 6S birds, but they fit in that bird. So, um, you know, so they do great. So, but yeah, I bought 2 of those. They're both mine are the green. I just like that scheme with the yellow wingtips. I think it's cool. But the camo one, I almost bought the camo one. I looked at it. Big Jim bought the Ballistic B one, the blue one. I don't know if he's flown it. I was going to ask him that if he's still in here. But yeah, it's a great little jet. You'll really like it. It's you're just going to be amazed at the quality of it for less than $200 or just over, depending on when you bought it. Yeah, just a super nice little jet. Who are they playing? We're going to do football scores now, huh? Yeah, I know. Yeah, 6S batteries used to be, crazy expensive, and then if you're using them in a jet, you go through them in a big hurry. You know, so yeah, I wasn't a big fan. Listen, here's what my dilemma was buying this Bronco. It was either the Bronco or the Thunderbird, the 80 millimeter Thunderbird. Those are the only 2 planes I was really contemplating. And I could have waited, because as long as you renew your elite membership, you don't lose your 30% off for the first year. Today was my anniversary, so today was my last day. I thought it was my last day to use it. No, I was wrong. I could use it as long as I re-enter. As long as I re-upped my subscription, then I still have that 30, and I just got another 30. When I re-upped, I got another 30% off to use on the next purchase. So I was on the fence. Do I want to buy another jet? And I really don't want another jet, but I do want that jet though. But I don't want another jet, But they discontinued the gray version of it. I didn't know if you knew that. So you can't get the gray one anymore. And I don't know if they're going to discontinue the Thunderbird or not. I think the Thunderbird's more. Figure this one out, guys. And I didn't know this. I just found that out when I was researching this airplane. The military gray one only comes with a 6-channel receiver. But the Thunderbird comes with an 8-channel receiver. Now, you don't get the armament, the weapons and stuff with the Thunderbird version, but you get an 8-channel. So why is that different? What the difference? Well, that's so you can have flaperons and tailerons if you want to do that to the Thunderbird. You can't do it with the gray one without putting an 8-channel receiver in it. So the Thunderbird already comes with the 8-channel receiver in it. I didn't know that. I just found that out. So I was going to get that, and I kept jumping back and forth. And so then my final question was, which one will I fly more? Whichever one of these 2 planes that I'm going to use my 30% on, which one would I fly more? And I figured, another jet that's going to eat batteries, and I thought, I think I'd fly the Bronco more. I really do. So that's why I pulled the trigger on the Bronco. Plus, it was a much bigger savings. I was only going to save $180 on the jet, and I saved almost $700 on the Bronco. So it was a bigger win for me to do that. And honestly, I think I'll fly it more than I'd fly the jet. So you missed glue drying, but we can. I can mix up some glue. I can find some. Yeah, I can re-glue the retracts back into my my F86 if you guys want to watch some glue dry. Yeah, David, I bought the ERA, not the Bell, but the MD 500. Great little helicopter. Man, that thing's so much fun to fly. I had a little issue with it up in Georgia, but yeah, great for the money. Oh my God, you can't beat that. What a great little helicopter. So yeah, absolutely. You know, I really love it. I didn't buy the 206 because it takes a different battery and it's a smaller battery, and so I went with the 500 size copter. It's a little bit bigger and it comes with a bigger battery. You get 20 minutes. I'm cooking the motor. I have to land. If you fly the whole flight, it's over 20 minutes. The motor's so hot it's practically melting in there. So I don't go a whole flight. I'll fly it for like 10 minutes, land it, put it away, and then I'll take it out and fly it again. Because, you know, one flight, the batteries last so long in that thing, you're just going to cook the motor. I can't believe how hot that motor got. So, but yeah, I love that little copter. I'm going to get another one. I really like it. You know, it flies really good. It's amazing. And it's a ready to fly for, I think it was, what, 130 bucks? Something like that, you know, and it ready to fly. It comes with a transmitter, battery pack, a charger, the whole nine. You know, it's a slow charger, but you know, the whole 9 yards, and yeah, and it flies good. So yeah, I really like those. I'm gonna get another one of those ERA helicopters, probably another 500, or there's another one that they sell that uses that same battery pack. I'm gonna stick with those, the ones that use that bigger battery. I like that one. But yeah, really cool. You missed the shit show, yeah? Well, we're not back totally. I just came on tonight to talk about the OV-10 because I put the video up and I wanted to see if you guys watched the video. And I was honestly, guys, I don't promote anything to try to make the seller, Horizon or whoever, happy. I do this to save you money. You know, that's my only goal. When I started this channel, I didn't even want to monetize my channel. I had to keep the riffraff out, but you know, YouTube made me monetize it. I'm here for you. I'm here to try to help you save money. So when I talk about, like, for instance, the elite membership at Horizon, guys, I'm telling you, if you buy anything from Horizon, you have to get on the elite club. It's the benefits are unbelievable. It's a whole different kind of experience when you deal with Horizon if you're an elite member versus not. And like I said, I saved over $700 on that OV-10 plane just for being an elite member. You know, I mean, that's just insane. You know, that $130. I mean, I used up my $130 investment like the day I signed on for it. The reason I signed on for it is I wanted to buy an expensive airplane, and I knew I'd get a discount on it and a bunch of points. And so I used up that the first day. So everything I've gotten after that has all been just total you know, savings, and the savings are unbelievable. So, yeah, I honest to God, you know, Michael writes a was trying to convince me to do it, and I wouldn't do it. And I waited a whole year, bought a bunch of airplanes, expensive airplanes, without being on the program. And he kept telling me, and I finally did it. And then I was like, oh my God. And I told Michael this. I said, I can't believe how stupid I was. I should have listened to you right from the beginning. Oh my God, were you right? And then Big Jim was not going to get on the program. He was saying all the exact same excuses that I told Reitza. He told me, and I told him exactly what Reitza told me. And then, oh my God, then he got on it, and then he thanked me too. Oh, you're right, Ryan. You're absolutely right. I'm sorry. That you're absolutely right. I should have used your link. Damn it. Oh crap! I keep forgetting to do that. Oh, Dan, you were going to go to bed, but you saw. Well, I'm glad you saw me, Dan. Good to see you. Yeah, I owe you a beer, Ryan. Yeah, damn it. Well, yeah, but it's it doesn't cost me anything to use your link, and then you get something out of it. And damn it, why not? I totally forgot again. I'm so mad that you just killed me now because I really feel bad that I didn't use your link. Damn it. Yeah, I could have helped you out at the same time I helped myself out. It doesn't cost me anything to use your link. And nothing. It's free. So, I should have used your link. Damn it. Well, that's the whole point, Fred. Isn't that why we're in this hobby? To buy more stuff in this hobby? So if I can save you money so you can buy more stuff, it's more fun, right? That's the whole point. Yeah, I hear you there, Ryan. I know that feeling. Yeah, that's the whole reason I'm trying to save you money, so you guys can afford to buy more toys. And I don't care where you buy them. You can buy them at, Banana or Hobby King, or I don't care where as long as you're saving money to buy more toys, you can buy them anywhere you want. I don't care. I support them all. I buy shit from everybody except Motion. Motion I don't buy from. That's the only place I don't buy from. I know, Fred. You guys think I take any of you seriously? How long have you known me now? Come on, really? Especially you. So did you buy any new crawlers or anything, surface stuff, Ryan? What's going on in the surface world? Yeah, I Pilot Ryan said it right there. Yeah, no crashes, more money to buy more stuff. That's exactly how I look at it too. Barn Find City. Oh, really? Barn Finds on Facebook or what? What did you find? Or is there a company now called Barn Finds that I don't know about, that I need to know about? Maybe not. Maybe that's a bad idea. Yeah, you like that patina look. I know. And you're good at it. You know, what you do looks good. I mean, it definitely looks like an old rusty, just what you want it to look like. You do a good job at that. Yeah, you got me. I've been working my printer to death now. I've been printing. I'm getting ready to print an airplane. So you got me started back on printing. So I've been printing these, testing out different filaments, different temperatures, different stuff. This is ABS. I really like the ABS. What are you printing? What do you mostly print in? This is PLA, and it's not near as durable as the ABS. The ABS is way stronger. So I want to build. I'm going to print an airplane out of ABS. Yeah, and the bodies you're building are they're holding up well in PLA. Because I know this vase is not very strong, and it's porous. This won't hold water. If I put water in this, it'll just leak out. It just pours out through all the holes. There's like the filament isn't. I mean, you can see right through it. You can see there's holes in it, and it looks great. I mean, and this is glow in the dark, by the way. Yeah, I imagine that. So you've got it printing it thicker. Yeah. Well, this ABS is solid. This has got no voids, no holes anywhere. It's solid. It's strong. So the ABS did great. Yeah, really, really happy with this. So I think I'm going to print the plane out of ABS. But that's what I've been practicing with before I finally commit to print an airplane. I want to make sure I've got my heat and everything figured out. How many bodies have you printed now? Oh, that's cute. I just found out that I could send hearts to myself. I didn't think I could do that. That's funny. Yeah, I can heart my own self. How about that? I didn't know I could do that. Oh, 5mm thick. Is that how thick you're making the bodies? Okay. Good to know. Thank you. That's cool. I may do that. I might print a body too, just for shits and giggles. There's a couple of bodies I saw that I might. Where are you getting your body files? Where you get those at? And are you paying for them or are they freeware? Hey, all somebody has to do is bring up a plane subject, and we'll get back on planes. Nobody's talking. Right now, it's just you and me. Oh, is that right? I didn't know that. I didn't know that. Oh yeah, see my reactions is turned on. Yeah, that's good. Well, that's all right. I like getting hearts. That's nice. If you guys happen to want to send me one, that's all right. Yeah, I saw it. I don't hate it. I think it's a little overpriced, but it's not bad. I'm not going to pull the trigger on it today, but I don't hate it. The one they came out with before, the 1300 millimeter one for $400. I love the paint scheme because I have my big 8-foot pattern ship is that exact scheme, but I ain't gonna pay $400 for that. So yeah, I wasn't happy with that one. But this one at what is it, $249? It's not bad. I don't hate it. I might yeah, see you. Thanks, guys. I appreciate the hearts and the flowers. Thank you, guys. Yeah, I don't hate it. I might get one. Not right away or anything. It's not blowing my skirt up, but I don't hate it either. So, I'm kind of neutral on that one. I just think they really need to get their pricing in order. They're just asking too much for too little, too often. And I think they'd sell a lot more airplanes. They'd be a lot more of their airplanes would be more successful if the prices were lower. Case in point was the FW190. That wasn't a good seller because it was $600, and I think if there was $450, they'd have sold a shitload of them. And they would have still made money at $450 by far. But I just think they overpriced it. I think they'd have sold a shitload more of them if they'd just lowered the price. It wasn't a bad design. It wasn't a bad looking airplane. I just don't think anybody wanted to pay that price for it. I know I didn't, so I didn't buy it. I think they really they need to think about that more. They keep thinking they're coming up with bad designs. It's not their designs the problem. They want too much money for it. They come out with nice airplanes. You wanted a UMX OV-10 Bronco? My biggest complaint with the UMX planes is the tape or foam hinges is all they use instead of putting a real hinge in it. Because they fall apart and then you got to try to fix them. Hey, what's up, Airvix? Good to see you, man. That's my biggest complaint with those. If my Hobby King UMX plane is 10 times nicer than any of the stuff that Horizon puts out, and it was $89, and it's got real hinges. It's 5-channel. It's a little Tundra, mini Tundra. 5-channel. It's got flaps, no retracts. It's got flaps, ailerons, elevator, rudder, the whole thing, and flies great, durable as shit. $89. It's just. My biggest complaint is the hinges, those tape hinges that keep falling apart, and then it's a bitch to try to get it fixed. And that's why I won't buy with the UMXs. I rarely buy them. I certainly ain't gonna pay more than $100 for them. I bought 2 of the Turbo Timber Evolution because they had them on sale at Christmas last year for $89. I'll pay $89 for a UMX, but I'm not paying $129 and then have the hinges fall off. I just don't like it. Too much money for too little quality. They really need to change that. If they changed it, I think they'd sell a lot more of them. Oh, I don't know, Philip. Which truck are you talking about? What did they come out with that's 20 years old? 20 years old, really? I mean, that's possible. I mean, it was more than 20 years ago that they approached me at my hobby shop, want me to race for them, on their team. So that was the worst mistake of my life. I should have definitely taken them up on that. Yeah, I don't follow the Traxxas stuff particularly. I mean, when I go looking at surface stuff, I certainly look at Traxxas' stuff, but I'm not specifically looking for it. It just comes up in the search. Yeah, it was probably almost 30 years ago. The main people from Traxxas came in my hobby shop, and because we were winning all the races around town, and they wanted us to race for them, and I laughed at them and threw them out of my shop. And to God, I swear to God, that's what happened. I told them, your shit's toy grade crap. We win races because we're running quality stuff. Your stuff ain't quality. Nobody's going to win any races with your shit. Get the hell out. Biggest mistake in my life. If I remember the last chat I saw you in, Micah, you'd gotten some new airplanes. What did you get recently? Now, let's say the last 6 months at least. You got some new stuff, I think, didn't you? I thought I saw you talking about it. I forget whose show we were in. I saw you in somebody's show. And you're right, Bill. An OV-10 Bronco, a UMX would be pretty cool. That's a, I think that would land okay on the belly. Where you could fly it without the gear. If you're flying off grass, especially. I think that would be a pretty good one. Be pretty cool looking and probably fun. I'm loving the hearts, guys. Thank you so much. I mean, I really do. I appreciate it. Thank you. It's a cute little a little appreciation there, and I do appreciate it. All right, I'm going to talk about this one more time because we got a few more newbies in the room. I'm just going to bring it up. So the reason I did my show, if you guys saw my video I put up about the OV-10 Bronco, that's why this one, my stealth Bronco is on the table, the invisible, so that I could compare the size. I wanted you guys to know just how big this new one is. So this is the tail off the new one, which is substantially bigger than the one from Motion RC. This Flght line one is half the size, literally. The Just the vertical alone is gargantuan over the... Axel, what's up? How you doing, man? Well, I'm back for tonight. We're not permanently back, but maybe soon. We'll see. Got to get the apartment done first. Then we'll think about coming back full time. But I came back tonight because I put that video up about the Bronco, and I just wanted you guys to see, you know, if I put it all the way out here, you know, where it's gonna, this is where it would end up if it was where it is, and that the tail's off the picture, out of the picture. I mean, this thing is almost, it's good 2.5, 3 feet longer. Just this boom, not overall. The whole plane's a lot longer. You know, the whole plane's got to be easy 6 foot, nose to tail. And this one from motion is probably 3.5 feet, you know, if that. So, I mean, this thing is just huge. So I just wanted to do a show tonight. If you hadn't seen the video, if you have, I wanted you to see just how much bigger this thing is than the one we all know, the free wing one. That's supposed to be the same tail as this one, you know, and it's like gargantuan big. It's twice the size. I mean, the rudder on this thing is almost the size of this whole vertical stab, you know, just the rudder. I mean, it's that much bigger. It's crazy how big this thing is. So there's your size comparison right there. How much bigger this one is to the motion RC one. And that's, I don't know if does anybody else make a Bronco? Flightline makes one, and then there's Horizon's got the couple different size ones. Does anybody else make a Bronco? I can't think of anybody else that makes one. Dynam doesn't make one. I don't think FMS doesn't make one. I haven't seen one at Banana. Yeah, the maidens tomorrow. Yeah, absolutely. They say it takes 20 hours to put this thing together, and I bet it's going to be at least that. You know, I at first I didn't think it would take that long because I didn't know how it was going to be put together. Ford makes a Bronco. Yeah, thank you, Bill. But yeah, it's going to be a lot of work to put together. Not like hard work, just time consuming. It's going to be time consuming to put it together. All right, I got a little trivia question for you guys. Some of you might know this, but some of you might not. What is the highest production car in the history of the automobile business? What's the highest single model production car of all time? You want one, but you doubt you'd buy one now. Which plane are we talking about, Wild Bill? Or are we talking about even a plane? Are you talking about maybe you're going to buy a real Bronco from Ford? Or So Phil says a Civic. No, not even close. A 65 Chevy Impala. Great choice, but no, not even close. When I asked the question to Google, I was thinking it was the Toyota Camry. I had it in my brain that it was easily going to be the Toyota Camry. because they've been selling that car for how many years and just killing it. Every year they sell it, but nope, not even close. The Model T Ford, 19, what was it, 29 or so, I forget the year, but over 2 million cars sold the first year. The Model T Ford. Unbelievable. That would have never occurred to me. But you got to remember that back then, you could buy one for $400, brand new off the showroom floor for $400. I mean, a loaf of bread was a nickel, but yeah, unbelievable. Yeah, the Model T Ford. Couldn't believe that. I just, when I Googled it, that came up. I was like, you're shitting me. Yeah. So, but yeah, I would have thought, the Camry would have been my guess, but it wasn't even close. Just a little, like a David Yourself show. Just a little fun fact. David's always got these little fun facts he likes to put up there. So that's mine for tonight. That's my David Yourself fun fact tonight. Oh, absolutely. That's why he could sell it so cheap. His assembly line. He's the one who invented the whole production assembly line, and that's what made it so cheap for him to build cars. Here's another little fun fact about that car. They actually used the shipping crate that it came in for the floor of the car. So they didn't even waste the crate. The crate that the car came in out of the factory when they were putting it together, it actually wasn't the car came in. Something came in a wooden crate to the factory, and they used the wood from that crate to put the floor in the car. So they didn't even waste the crate. And so that's why they could sell them for $400, and everybody bought one. Once banks started lending people money to buy a car, that's when the whole society fell apart. Yeah, Ford's the reason society is falling apart, because of credit. They're the ones that started it. Lennon Stewart, how you doing, sir? Good to see you. So this is the OV-10 Bronco from Motion RC that is in stealth mode. So it's semi-invisible. And that I was comparing it to the new one. If you haven't watched the video yet, I bought the Hangar 9 version of it, which is a gigantic, way bigger than this for a size comparison. So yeah, it's much bigger airplane than this one. And there aren't a lot of companies that make an OV-10, so you don't have a lot of choices. I know of this one from Motion, and then there's two from Horizon, and after that, there might be some of those big super expensive companies that might make one, but those are thousands of dollars. That's not even close to my budget. So, but yeah, this thing's gigantic. I mean, if I put this boom where this boom would go, the tail's out of the picture. So yeah, this thing's gigantic. And that's not the whole boom. And this is the back half. Okay, this isn't even where. The landing gear does go in this part. So there's the motor box. I think goes on here, and then, or maybe there might be another piece. There's something else that goes here. Then the motor box, and then the cowl goes over this. So it's probably this much longer than this by the time you put the cowl and the spinner with the prop and the motor and everything. So yeah, it's But yeah, there's the cavity for the gear. And I was looking at when I did the unboxing, I found these things I didn't know what they were, and now I think they were what I found were the gear doors. I think is exactly what those were. I thought they were some kind of strut or something, but I think they were all the gear doors. Pretty sure that's what they were. No, this one's the motion one. This transparent green one on the table. Yeah, this little foamy job here. That's an all wood plane there, mostly plywood. There's a little bit of balsa in it, but it's mostly plywood. It's not heavy. You know, they cut all the holes out. You know, it's got a lot of because it's covered with ultra coat to cover all the holes they put in it to lighten it. But you know, it's not real heavy. I suspect that flying weight it'll be under 20 pounds, which isn't bad for a twin engine. Minimum 6 foot long, you know, nose to tail airplane. That's not bad. So make America great again. Yeah, we tried. Yeah, Wonder Kenny. Yeah, with my invisible plane. Well, you know, if you look through the airplane, I'm not there, so I kind of am invisible. You know, I'll put my hand up here. Look at my hand. My hand's behind the tail. You can't see my hand, so I'm kind of invisible. You know, my hand's is not there, so it's definitely blocking me out. Yeah. This is Magician 101. This is how they make, you know, the Empire State Building disappear, or a tank, or an airplane, whatever. Yeah, this is how they do it. All right, guys, it's midnight. I'm going to call it. It's good to see all of you. Appreciate y'all coming. Thanks a lot. If you haven't hit that like, hit it on the way out if you would, please. And I'll try to, you know, I'm not going to be able to do this very often, but I'll try when I can. But right now, the biggest thing is getting over the back surgery and getting this apartment built so I have a place to live. My trailer is falling apart. I mean, it's not unlivable yet, but you know, a hurricane could have easily taken it away. So I really got to get this finished so I have a place to stay while they're tearing that trailer out to put a new one in. So that's what's going on. That's why the big push to get this apartment done. You know, of course, I want my new hobby room, and it's going to be my man cave once we have a new trailer to live in. But you know, it's time to get rid of the trailer. And I don't want to put any more money into it. And I've already put money into it I didn't want to put into it, and I don't want to put any more into it. So I'm really pushing to get this done, so I don't have to put any more money in it. So that's what's going on. That's why the push to get that done. That's why I had to go off the air. Because I just got too much to do. So I'll be out here all night tonight working. I generally, every night, I work from about 1 o'clock in the morning till 10 o'clock in the morning, depending on what I have to do that day. If I have to cut grass, then I stop at like 6:37 and start cutting grass. But I'm only going to have to cut grass one more time this year, and I'm going to wait a little bit longer. It's not growing. My grass already stopped growing, so it doesn't really need a cut. But I want to give it, for the winter, I want to give it that one last manicure cut so it looks, perfect for the whole winter. And I'm not ready for that yet, so we're going to let it grow some more. Probably mid-November, end of November, I'll do that final, manicure cut, and that'll be the end of it for until next year. So, but yeah, so that's what I've been doing. I can't work during the day out here. It's way too hot out here. I got to do it at night. So that's what I get everything else done. Sleep during the day, and anything else I have to do, and then I usually watch Star Trek till 1 in the morning. That's when the last Star Trek goes off. And then I come out here and work from 1 till whenever I get tired enough to quit. Some nights it's 10, Much past 10, it's starting to get too hot in here already. But right now it's staying cooler. I could probably work till almost noon right now because it's just not getting that hot. But after that, it's just too hot. By that time, it's getting humid out here, and you're just dripping wet, and it's miserable. So that's when I quit, go in the house, go to sleep, and then wake up and start all over again. So that's been that's been my work ethic for the last 3 months for sure. But we might do another one of these shows. If I buy another airplane, doubtful, but if I do, maybe I'll do another show. All right, guys. All right, so that's going to do it. I'm going to head on out. Thanks for coming again. Appreciate it. Miss all you guys. I really do. I love doing this show. I wish I could do it more. I hope I get back to that. Once this hobby room's done and I can start doing it, live from in here, it'll be nice. So, but until then, we'll just have to muddle along. So, all right, we'll see you guys later. Have a great night, and thanks for coming. I really appreciate it. We'll see you. Good night, guys.